And yeah, for the November specials, it's for me the most important thing we can do this time of year is to how can I say this politely, is to get through this time of year doing the least damage possible, getting the least weight possible, supporting all the critical systems in our body as best we can. And I think what happens is we should, especially in 2020, this has been a year to end all years. So to whatever extent we want to throw a little caution to the wind, I think we've all earned that this year. We've all been very careful, hopefully. So if it means we're going to be eating and doing things that we wouldn't ordinarily do for the holidays, I'd say let's enjoy ourselves. But let's not forget and be responsible where we can in terms of supporting the systems in our body that need that support.
Absolutely. Well, now we have another weekend special. Remember that our special purchase pricing, free shipping, of course, always that unconditional money-back guarantee until the end of January. But this was a special little show that Andrew snuck in. 12 noon, you'll see that cut off on those November specials and some of these special opportunities that he's doing for us. Here is one, Andrew, in this time in history, certainly we challenge our eyes from the moment that we open them up on God's green earth, but now we are spending more time Zooming, Skyping, staring at cell phones and tablets and computers. So we're giving our Mother Nature a run for their money in terms of how we protect our eyes. So you gave us a great price on our eye support, right?
And like our omega-3s, Ultimate Eye, the two of these will not be today's specials for at least, I'd say, 5 or 6 months. So it's pretty far down the road before these are going to be a today's special. So this is going to be the best pricing you'll see on these until we get to those points. So when you look at Ultimate Eye, and Ultimate Eye is a product that delivers not ingredients that work on your eyes. That's kind of what drugs do. Drugs work on a system or a tissue in our body. What supplement ingredients do, lutein and zeaxanthin specifically in this product, they are actually part of the visual system of your eye. So just as calcium is a critical structural component in your bones, lutein and zeaxanthin are critical structural components that your body cannot make, and you have to deliver by way of diet, or your eyes are not going to have the lutein and zeaxanthin, the optical pigments that are both defining of the actual structure of the retina and the macular region of the eye, but also critical to their function, and even more critical to preserving those tissues long-term, protecting them long-term. So our Ultimate Eye is all about giving your body what it needs to support and promote healthy night vision, to give you the sharpest vision now, to help you adjust to changes from light to dark or dark to light. Today I was driving at the end of the day, and the sun was very low in the sky, and glare can be really challenging. And again, where lutein and zeaxanthin are at their very best is helping us deal with glare, especially as we get older. So it's all about just giving your body the ingredients that it must have that we do not unfortunately get from our diet based upon all the science and medical research. We don't get what we need to give our body the support that this critical structure that our eyes require.
Well, I have to say, I mean, kudos to you with this pricing, because normally I'm used to seeing eye support, like you said, as a today's special once a year, usually around April, because I know that because we always do it around my birthday. But this is big savings, and especially when we get into that 360 and the 180. So 30, 60, 180, and 360. Andrew, I know, as always, time is limited. Should we do a couple quick reviews, or what would you like to do?
Do a couple of quick reviews, because the reviews especially, there are so many reviews. Some come from doctors, some come from individuals who went to their doctors. So I love when we get that medical feedback on this product.
Absolutely, because, you know, I guess we could say it pun intended, because seeing, you will see the difference. I mean, the difference, you know.
Seeing is believing.
Seeing is believing. And you have a
money-back guarantee till the end of January.
Absolutely. So, well, in fact, speaking of doctors, Andrew, right at the top, my doctor approves of these vitamins. For the past 4 years, my eyes have been terrible. terribly dry. I go to the doctor every 3 months using artificial tears every day along with prescription eye drops. Long story short, I started using the Ultimate Eye Support vitamins 2 months ago, and all of a sudden I noticed I was no longer using the artificial tears. My eyes didn't feel dry anymore. I went to the eye doctor last week and took my vitamins with me. The doctor saw so much improvement that he doesn't want to see me for another year after going every 3 months for the past 3 years. My eyes still have some dryness, but my doctor was so impressed with how much better my eyes are. I showed my vitamins and he told me to continue taking them. Thank you, Andrew Lessman. Yeah, I thought about the eye strain, but I forgot about the dryness, Andrew.
And that's one of the more common comments that we see on this product is in terms of just, especially this time of year in winter, and especially on the West Coast here, when you have the change of seasons, not only do you get lower humidity and dryness, but you also will get a lot of other irritating factors in the air. So it's an opportunity to make a difference where we don't normally expect it. And again, I think because folks have been so discouraged trying other products, other eye products from other companies or other products we've talked about during the hour, that they don't feel it's worth giving our products a try or giving my products a try. But again, a money-back guarantee. We're not going anywhere. You could enjoy the benefits of this product till the end of January, and you'll see a difference. Whether you realize it or not, that lutein and zeaxanthin, the key ingredients in this product, the key ingredients in my eye products for over 20 years, not other companies, they've finally figured it out and followed our lead. But these ingredients are not optional. They are the very structure. They're the macular pigment, that critical macular region in our retina that we want to keep healthy. Lutein and zeaxanthin are critical to its structure and critical to its protection. They're not optional. If you're not eating an abundance of spinach or kale, green leafy vegetables, you're not getting the lutein and zeaxanthin that you require. And that, unfortunately, what we do in terms of our diet over the course of our lifetime, I'd like to say it doesn't have consequences, but it does. And with a product like this, it's very simple and very affordable to make up. Even if you took 2 capsules